everybody, welcome to our home. I'm so glad that you're watching and you're getting to see what we chose. We actually chose the Forest River Sandpiper 384 QBOK, and we chose that floor plan after looking at tons of them and trying to figure out what was going to meet the best needs of our family. So one of the reasons that we chose is because of right where we are right now, the kitchen and living space. We wanted enough space for when our kids or family came over to visit, that we would have enough room for everybody to sit. As you can see, when you first come in, we have a residential style refrigerator. Love, love, love this, because there's never been any time where we weren't able to get all of our food in here. We also have on the bottom plenty of freezer storage, and I love this part because we do have an ice maker. We are able to keep all that there, so it's pretty awesome. I love that. So moving over here, we have our 3-burner stove. And one of the things I mentioned was it wasn't great counter space in here. So Jerry got this idea off another video, and he ordered this cutting board that's butcher block that I put over there, which is fantastic, creates that extra space. We have 3-burner stove right here, as well as the gas oven. And what we have is a pizza stone in here, and that keeps things from burning on the bottom, so we keep that in there all the time. Up at the top, we have our microwave, which I also use as storage sometimes. I put stuff in it, but it's a good size microwave. It's just like you would have at home. It has the lights and the vents and everything that goes outside. So it's great, absolutely great. Up here we have where I keep our plates and baking sheets and extra. This is what I use most of the time to cook in, because it's on the oven or on the stove, which I really like. Over here is where we keep our cups, as well as some mixing dishes. I keep a lot of things I don't use all of the time at the top because it's very high. Over here is the pans that I use most of the time. That's where I keep those really handy. Right here we have, I love these because they have the soft pull-out drawers, and that's all of them in here. I keep bread and extra, rice and things like that in there. And I keep all of our spices down in here. I have to fool around with them to find them, but it's not too bad. Down on the bottom is where I keep aprons and extra towels and things like that, as well as underneath there some aluminum foil, stuff like that. On the bottom is where I keep my Swiffer stuff, as well as my trash bags. And I have the Swiffer one that comes open into 2 parts, so I keep the part of it over here and part of it on the bottom. And so that's worked out great. We have our silverware at the top here. Over here is where I keep our, things like measuring spoons and extra things like that. And then down on the bottom is where I just keep extra bags and baggies and things like that. Over here is where I keep our trash can, dog food, things like that underneath there, stuff that I don't really want sitting out everywhere. And one of the things that we are going to do to add more counter space is you can buy these things, you can install a flip up. I think it adds about 20 inches of counter space. So we're going to try to do one on either side of here, so that when I'm cooking I can flip it up and create a lot more space. The other thing that we did is when we moved, we got rid of our large coffee pot and instead just went down to using our tea kettle. It was actually there so you can infuse tea, but we just boil water with it. Most of the time I went to a coffee press, which makes a great cup of coffee actually, so we really enjoyed that. Around the stove, I keep a lot of things that I use all the time, like cooking oils that I'm going to use most every day that I'm cooking. Keep my wipes and paper towels there, and all my coffee and tea supplies over here, because we have to have coffee daily, sometimes twice daily. And then my spatulas and stuff over there. One thing I do like about the counter space here is that it does create this counter space. You can come in, you have some room to put some groceries when you're getting ready to unload them. And then I have a double-sided sink. But it's also great if you just want to hide dirty dishes. No one does that, do they? But anyway, that's really nice actually, because somebody's coming all of a sudden, you just throw them in there, boom. They're just like they don't exist. So that's pretty good. And then over here, I love, because when we moved, I thought I'm going to really miss my fireplace. Now obviously it's not a wood fireplace, but this puts out a ton of heat. You have the flame that you can make it big, small, different, and then you can set your heat. You can set your heat on a timer. This is a sound bar that puts sound throughout the entire place. It also plays DVDs and CDs, or you can pump it outside. The music can actually go outside. And at the top, I use for extra storage of food, and then things that we get to and need kind of a lot. We've got our dog leash, and I've got some recipes, things like that, all the things that I would need back there. One of the reasons we chose this rig is the actual space that we have, so that all of our children, our family from out of town that would come visit, we would have an opportunity for everybody to sit together. So this is our table. It does break down and make into a bed if you want. The other thing that makes this awesome, I've had people ask, like, where do you store clothes that you have if you don't have enough room in your closet? All of this pulls up, and down in there is storage, so you could fold all of your summer clothes and put them in there, or you can put extra dishes that you don't want to get rid of but that you're not going to use every day. Any extra supplies that you're going to just need to store somewhere, all of that can go down in there. It's pretty decent size storage. Over here we have a bed. It looks like a couch, but next into a bed, and that's pretty awesome. So if you have somebody that wants to come over and you need somewhere for them to sleep, separate from everybody else, right here is where they can do it. But it's also great seating when people are just visiting. This is storage as well. You've got all these reading lights under here. I keep all of our mail, extra folders and things that I need for work. Jerry keeps all of his gadgets that he likes to play around with, as far as like just technology. I don't get into it much. But that's where he puts it. Okay, over here, this is my favorite because these are mine and Jerry's chairs, really, and these recline. They also light up, and I never even showed that. There's like light up blue stuff everywhere. We don't turn it on a whole lot, but this is great for us. When we sold our house, we loved our little love seat that reclined. Over here is the control panel. And we put everything related to the RV up here, paperwork and stuff. But this is the control panel for knowing when you need to empty your tanks, your black tank and your galley tank. And then your interior lights, awning lights, porch lights, retracting the awning that's outside, as well as the slides. Now, we don't do that a whole lot because we're stationary, but it's click of a button and it auto levels as well. Over here is where I keep cereals, extra supplies and things that we need here that we want to get to, books and stuff that I didn't store down in the bottom, and then my cleaning supplies and extra paper towels, things like that we need. So it's worked out great for us. All right, we have our son at one end, and I'll get to his in a second, but I want to show you our room. So let's go upstairs. It's really just 2 steps. But one of the things that I really like, again, about this particular RV was it came standard in this one, at least it was an upgrade that was already done, was a central vacuum cleaner. This is pretty awesome. It comes with an attachment, and you can go, and it does actually have a cord or whatever that will reach the entire length. So whenever I want to vacuum, plug it right up, and then behind there's a bag, and you just change out your bag like you would a vacuum cleaner, but I don't have to worry about storing one. It's right there, so I love that part. When you're coming up the stairs, to your left is the bathroom, which I'll show you in a minute, but I thought I'd show you our room first. Our room's probably a little smaller than our son's room, but it's perfect for us. This is a standard queen size bed. We did upgrade the mattress. It wasn't super comfortable, so we ended up getting another one. Over there is built-in storage. For me, I put my vitamins and things. We have extra cords, makeup, and things like that I want to get to, but kind of get it out of the way as well. One thing that was also came with this is the built-in dresser, which is really nice. So Jerry and I each have our own drawer. For him, what I do is I decided to do these little skivvy rolls like they do in the military. So it has underwear, t-shirt, and socks. So when he gets up in the morning, he can just grab it and go in there. So I can fit about 6 of them in there. So he has what he needs for work when he gets up to get ready for work. And here I created more storage by just kind of rolling the t-shirts and things and putting them in there. It creates some more space for other things in between. And down here it kind of flips down, and this is mainly just stuff that we don't use all the time, and the attachments that I need for our central vacuum. My side of the closet is over here. It is set up so that if you wanted to do a stackable washer and dryer, you could. Now where we are, we have to pay a fee because of the way the septic tanks are if we want to use it. But we have such good on-site laundry that I don't even worry about that, because I just walk over the hill and there I am at the washer and dryer. I keep my computer printer down on the bottom, and that way, and there's plugins over here, so when I'm printing stuff for work, I have it all ready to go. On this side is Jerry's side. It's also got some fantastic built-in shelving over here. Jerry's clothes are right here, and then in the back you can see that there's 3 shelves. I have my washing powder and stuff, but I've also got some other things. I've got our shoes and things on the bottom, extra shirts, and then of course extra sheets, and then I've got some extra medicines or things we want. I put our laundry basket there so that as we have dirty clothes, we just fill this up. And one of the things that makes this awesome is it also came built into, as I guess as an upgrade already in this unit, or it may just come standard, is the King Wi-Fi. It's the extender, and what it does is it picks up a Wi-Fi signal, which Wi-Fi comes standard with our site. It's part of our fee, but that really does a fantastic job of boosting the Wi-Fi signal, don't you think?
Yeah, so when you set it up, it winds up setting up a unique Wi-Fi signal for inside of the camper.
So it picks up the existing signal and then
it amplifies
it. So we're actually on sometimes two computers. We'll have YouTube TV going in 2 different places, and we've had 0 problems. So this is the only full bathroom, but as you can see, except when the dog's in here with us, there's plenty of room. Good size. It's got a seat inside for shaving legs or whatever. Taking a break. Maybe don't add that, I don't know. But anyway, it's got little shelves in there for everything already. So that's pretty nice. We've got extra storage. I put the dryer and stuff at the top. Things that we're going to get to all the time. Down here is extra storage. I have extra hand soaps, teeth whitener, things that we're going to need for tank cleaning and things like that. Extra towels to switch out. One thing I do over here to create a lot more space is I roll the towels so that they fit in there. And I have a wash closet in the middle, so that way we can get all of our towels in there. Micah has his in his room. But that's kind of our wing. And then we'll come down here and take a look at Micah's, which is probably, I would say probably the #1 reason that we chose this particular model was because it was important to us that our son had his own space. You know, we had sold our home, and I didn't want him to feel like he didn't have a place to call his. And enough space for him as well. So his room is actually bigger than our room. I had really thought that when he moved into this room that he would use this bed. This is a couch that folds down and makes a full bed, and it's actually really comfortable. It's really cushy, but he really doesn't want to use it that way. He likes to put his guitars up there. He likes to be able to sit over there. He's got USB ports over here. He's got a place to put a drink, and he's just hanging out. This also comes down. It rests on, you can kind of see it over here better. It rests over here, and you can have someone else sleep up there. It makes a twin bunk. So you can actually sleep 2 people on this full, 1 up there and 1 over here as well. This is the side that he actually chose to sleep on, and he likes it. I mean, I asked him, I said, do you think that's comfortable? Again, I hadn't envisioned him doing that, but he said, yeah, he thinks it's real comfortable. He likes it. Extra towels over here, and he's still got room for storage. He's got his TV, and I actually use the top shelves a lot for extra storage, like I have blankets and stuff up there. But he has stuff over there, some personal stuff, and then that he keeps in the drawers, and then he's got his clothes hanging up there. I have a few extra Christmas items that didn't make it back to storage. He's got his amp, his book bag, and a place for his shoes down on the bottom. So it's pretty cool. I mean, he's got tons of space and he seems to like it. It's very private. The other thing that made this a particularly good space for him was it has a half bath over here with an exterior entrance. So if you're outside and you're cooking in the kitchen and you want to come in real quick and, you know, get into the house super quick, you really can. But this is his space, his bathroom over here. We do not have a medicine cabinet in the main bathroom, so we do use most of this for all of our medicines or anything else that we have that we just need to put. There's tons of storage, and it really isn't even used down here. I've got extra storage down here and extra mats from when I want to change this out, extra towels that we don't use, or storing extra toilet paper and things like that. But he's got tons of space in here and he really likes it. I think I had mentioned before the heaters that we use. We don't have to use them. The gas heater works fantastic, but what we found was that we would go through a lot more propane when it's really cold. And so we each got a heater in here, so you can actually run this at night and it's plenty toasty. Along with the heater in there, we don't have to use as much propane and it makes it last a whole lot longer. So that's pretty much the tour of our rig. Can you think of anything that I may have left off, Jerry?
No.
Now, honestly, if you were traveling full time, we listen to a lot of videos of people who live in RVs and travel, which we would love to do one day. probably wouldn't have all the decor all over the walls because you have to be conscious of stuff falling. But for us, it's just like tiny home living. Really, it's really nice. I've really enjoyed it. We all feel like we have our own space. Our daughter comes over a lot, eats with us. Our son, he'll come over some and hang. He came over yesterday. And so it's just a great space. When we got back from our Christmas get together with my side of the family, we usually go there for Christmas and meet up. When we got back, we had enough room. Our daughter slept on the couch. Our son slept in there. So so we have tons of space for when people come or just want to come and hang. So I really enjoyed it, don't you think, Jerry?
Mm-hmm. I've really enjoyed it.
And when you're seeing the outside, which I guess will be part 2, maybe, the outside of the rig, it's got some really cool features on a lot. It makes this really nice too. It's very private. So I've been really enjoying